What's going on, it's JT, and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Signings, a series, of course, we go through everything happening in and around the world of Leeds United, and we have a little talk about it, and there is some huge news as of today that I want to dig my gnashes into with you guys. And the first story surrounds Leeds United sending scouts to watch a Champions League game surrounding Benfica. Who are they looking for? The report claims that they were looking with the assignment to see how good Mr. Andreas Schjelderup is. Schjelderup. I know you say I'm good with my pronunciations, but this one I'm going to have to hold my hands up for. I cannot pronounce that to save my life. Andreas Schjelderup. He is a left winger who has had a mixed season in Portugal. He joined Benfica from FC Nordsjælland, but failed to impress in the early part of his stint. He had 4 goals and 5 assists in the competition, which we will get into in a little bit. He's a left winger. He's 21 years of age. He's currently valued at around 15 million euros and is someone with a lot of scope for development. He's played in the Portuguese League and, of course, the Champions League. Very interesting that Leeds have sent scouts out to monitor him with the whole Manor Solomon situation going on, which leads you to believe that there is probably a decent probability that Manor Solomon is not Leeds' top target going forward. Now, let's have a little look at Mr. Andreas Schjelderup. Last year, he played 6 games off the right wing, 1 game in second striker, 3 times off the left midfield, and 27 times off the left wing position. Now, he registered 4 goals and 7 assists within that time. 5 goals and 8 assists across all competitions. 1 goal coming in the league, 3 assists in the league. You got to note, he only played 511 minutes, so clearly was not a fan favourite, as you can see here, starting off the bench in the Champions League. Started the game against Barcelona, registered an assist there, and started the other game against Barcelona, registering 2 assists against Barcelona last year. Of course, the best left winger on the pitch that day was, of course, Rafinha, securing that last-minute winner against Benfica in that game, if you remember that one. But you can see he's had a bit of a stop-start season last year. He's someone who's, of course, just finding his footing. 21 years of age, as to be expected. A little bit of an experience there. And if he is someone who is going to play behind Largi Ramazani on the left wing, it's not something I'm too mad at. Obviously, it's not an Igor Pajau situation where you're bringing someone in to make an immediate impact, which you might be looking at Leeds need. But if they do deem him to be someone who can develop into a much more prolific player than this, then it could be a very good option for a game a relatively cheaper price, because we are looking at splashing some big cash in the forward areas, which we'll get into. So let me know what you guys think about this move anyway down below. 1,500 minutes last year. Of course, you'd expect him to be getting more minutes for Leeds if we were to splash that kind of cash on him. But he's played at a high level. He's played in the Champions League. He wouldn't be too adverse to stepping up to the Premier League. And it's definitely an interesting one to look at. Now, as I said just a second ago, Leeds United are looking to splash some more cash, and apparently an insider, Mr. Graham Smith from the YEP, has revealed that Leeds United are not prepared to give up on Rodrigo Muniz just yet. He's one of the names that has been furiously linked with a move to Leeds United. I like that one. It has been furiously linked, and it's been making me furious that we're not making any progress on it. Fulham have always said that he is not for sale, and recently rebuffed an approach from Atalanta, despite the fact the Italian club's CEO personally travelled to London to try and get this move done. They rebuffed the move. They said it's not going to happen. Now, since then, they have said that they would potentially be willing to take a little cut on the price, which they originally said, which was around £40 million, 50 million euros kind of deal they were looking at. Apparently, they would be willing to accept a little bit less. I mean, if you could get it down to the £35 million mark, I think that's a move that Leeds should pounce on instantaneously. So it seems as the transfer window is going on, they are holding... They're coming to terms with the fact that they might have to let Muniz go. And Leeds are apparently still in the hunt. Apparently, we are still waiting. It's gone very quiet since Igor Pajau. It's gone deathly quiet, in fact. And I think that's for 2 reasons, Smith said on the Inside Ellen Road podcast. 1, they're exercising patience. I still believe that there will be a deal to be done for Rodrigo Muniz at Fulham. Definitely positive signs for me, but again, it's just one of those stories that seems to be going on and on and on. Bit of a Rodrigo de Paul-esque kind of situation here, so we'll have to wait and see how the cookie crumbles on that one. Let me know what you guys think down below. Now, the next story was originally reported yesterday by Ben Jacobs. He understands Leeds holds a genuine interest in Brighton's Facciano Buonanotte. However, there is currently low confidence in pulling off an ambitious move. Buonanotte has had several suitors, including clubs with a Champions League pedigree. Dortmund have held talks and are considering a bid also. It's not one you expect to really happen, but it is someone that Leeds United are very interested in. It would be an ambitious move for Leeds. Could we get the deal done? He actually manages, ironically enough, has the same agent as Wilfried Gnonto, which could be a sweetener for Leeds United. Could help us get the deal over the line. We niced them recently by giving them Jorginho Rutter, not that we had any say in the matter. It was kind of a release clause kind of deal. But listen, man, we've given him Ben White, we've given him Rutter. Let's try and get one back, shall we say? But it is an unlikely one. Let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of you were excited about him, so I thought I would just bring that story up so we could have a little talk about it. Now, one that has broken the news today that is a huge story is that Leeds United star Mateo Joseph has gone over to Arce de Mallorca to have his medical. He arrived at the Spanish city at 10:30 p.m. yesterday and will undergo medical tests with Mallorca today. He told the Spanish media outlet that he's very happy and eager to get started with his new club. According to Sport, Betis and Girona wanted him on loan with a buying option. Leeds wanted to either sell him for 14 million euros or get a simple loan deal, because you got to feel like his price will skyrocket if he does have a good year at Mallorca this season. So that is one that you can wrap up now. He is gone. As you can see here, here's the videos of him at the Spanish airport in Mallorca, ready to start his new journey over there. So I wish him all the best. It's been a bit of a sour way to end his Leeds United career for the moment anyway. But listen, man, he's gone now. I wish him all the best on a personal level, and I hope he thrives. And to be fair, you shouldn't be wishing him ill, because the more he thrives, the better he plays, the more money Leeds United get for him in the long run, which is why this was a very smart decision to loan him out. I wanted to sell him permanently originally to get the money in the short term, but if you're looking at the long-term perspective, very, very smart and shrewd move by the 49ers there. Now, speaking of smart and shrewd moves, one of them would, of course, be Bilal El Khannouss, and the latest story is that Khannouss has been reported to be very eager to join Leeds United. He's been linked with Spurs. He's been linked with a plethora of other newly promoted clubs actually in the Premier League, or just Premier League clubs in general. Leeds United have been the ones that have put the most enticing deal on the table, and it is the one that is igniting his interest the most. Good signs for Leeds United. I wasn't 100% keen on him originally, but the more I've looked at him, the more I've delved into him, the more I've come to time and stomach the fact that we're probably going to be going in for him, the more excited I am. I just want to see this deal wrapped up. And let's look at his FB Ref stats here. There's one thing that is very, very interesting to me when I look at a number 10 / a creative player Leeds United are going to be looking at. He ranks in the 79th percentile for progressive passes into the final third. Now, this is something that is very, very exciting for me, because when I look at creative players Leeds United have, we don't have someone who can slow the game down and pick that beautiful defense-splitting through ball, have the composure to wait and not rush everything, slow it down, see what's going on, observe the runs, pull defenders in and pick that beautiful pass. And that is something for me that I think we need a lot. Progressive carries, he's very low. He ranks in the 41st percentile. That's a bit of a worry for me, but because he's playing further up the pitch, I don't think that's going to be as much of an issue. I kind of want someone slightly deeper on the pitch, like how Rothwell used to be, to make those progressive runs to get us up the pitch. Once we're up there, I kind of want someone just occupying that area between the midfield and the striker picking those passes out, and this could be the man for the job. Very, very exciting for me. Some of his other stats, you know, non-penalty goals, he's way below par compared to other players. Non-penalty XG, way below par. Expected assists and goals, he's in the 52nd percentile, bang in the middle. Actually very good with his tackles compared to other attacking midfielders and wingers in the range. 2 tackles per 90, 2 successful tackles per 90, that is, ranking him in the 91st percentile. But you have to bear in mind, these stats are subject to increase exponentially due to his age, due to the lack of experience he's had at the top level because of his age. So the more he plays under a regimented system, you'd expect these numbers to improve. But this progressive passes is the key for me. That is what I'm excited about. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Now, just finally, Leeds United are also interested in Coventry City ace Jack Rodoni. Early in the summer, we were linked with a move for him. It didn't seem like it was going to get done because Coventry were very, very keen to keep him under wraps. Newcastle have also been linked with Rodoni, and now Southampton have entered the race. Now, reports this week revealed Southampton have had a bid rejected. It is understood to be well below Coventry's asking price, but an asking price that is clear is yet to be reported, with them determined to keep their man. Leeds United news sources revealed that the Whites still remain interested in signing Rodoni and are still keeping tabs on his situation, with a possible move before the end of the transfer window. Now, is this one you would like to see? Let's have a little look at some of his stats over the past year, just so you can actually get a little bit of an idea of how he would be playing for Leeds United. He played 27 times in the attacking midfield position, 7 times on the left mid, 1 time left wing, and then 11 games slightly deeper under the field. 9 goals and 12 assists. Pretty decent. He's played a lot of minutes last year, 4,000 minutes. A lot of time under his belt. Of course, he's 24 years of age. Bit of scope for development for him, and he's playing in a Frank Lampard side right now. So under Daniel Farke, you'd expect his numbers to improve exponentially. Am I right? But listen, man, it's a decent option. You'd be looking at around 12-15 million pounds, cheaper than El Khannouss. But if we do go for El Khannouss, I don't see too much efficacy in this one. So I think this is just one Leeds are waiting to see what happens in the rest of the transfer window. And depending on how the other moves transpire, depending on if we get El Khannouss, etc., then we might trigger this as a late one. So for me, one to keep an eye out for if Leeds are moving slow in the transfer market, but I believe we have other options. Let me know what you guys think about all of these down below, though. For now, though, I will see you very soon. Au revoir, my brothers.